Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How is everybody doing? I'm excited because it's rugby international season. We all know that we love covering the NRL here, but at the end of the day, as soon as the rugby union starts, forget about it. It's no choice. It is unfortunate, of course, that it has to put us in a choice, but that is the nature of world sport. Choices, they need to be made, and it is rugby international season, and it's starting with an absolute blockbuster. It's going to be some great games coming up here today. We've got, of course, England versus the All Blacks to kickstart things, but then we go over to the Wallabies versus Wales and South Africa versus Ireland. And one of the major talking points, I suppose, going into this weekend's Rugby Internationals is just the new era for all these teams. Well, not all of them, but for the Southern Hemisphere sides, a new era is ready to begin. And all eyes will obviously be on the players, because at the end of the day, it's up to the players. But my key point for this game, Scotty Razor Robertson, in my opinion, should have been the All Blacks coach long ago. Not that long ago, I suppose, really. But he should have been the All Blacks coach, in my opinion. Not Fozzie. No offense to Fozzie, but Scotty Robertson bringing in some fresh ideas. It's going to be very interesting to see how he goes. I'm excited for it. Very excited for this new era of All Blacks rugby. Some new names that I'm going to have to try and learn. It's going to be pretty cool. I, for one, am incredibly excited. Now, before we go too far into things here, I do have to have a very special shout out to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. I've finally updated the field and everybody's back on there. Thank you for your ongoing support there. Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. I still can't fit you all on the field. We're going to have to rethink that. As this channel continues to grow, definitely going to have to rethink how I dish out these rewards for channel membership. Those of you who are new to the channel, that's what it's all about there. The channel membership, you get your name as a thank you on the All-Stars field with a jersey of your choice. It sounds ridiculous. It probably is a little bit ridiculous, but hey, it's all a little bit of fun. A little bit of a thank you for the ongoing support there. I was actually surprised when I was updating that field. I was surprised at some of the long-term members there. Absolutely blown away. So thank you, each and every one of you there, the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. As we get ready for this game, as I said, All Blacks versus England, a new era. I have sort of gone all out with my multi as well. I do think the All Blacks will win. I wasn't overly... No, this is not the right way to say it. I was going to say I wasn't overly confident. Look, I'm confident of the All Blacks winning. I'm not as confident as the bookies are at the winning margin. Yeah. Right? So I've gone for the All Blacks with the -5.5 head start, which I think is a little bit more indicative of how this game could go. I'm not buying into the fact that it's going to be an absolute smashing. 4:49 here, local time. My local time is kickoff is at 5:05, so still a little bit of time before we get underway. Now, I can tell you that there is a bloody great game happening in the rugby league at the moment. The Warriors and the Bulldogs are locked at 12-all with 5 minutes remaining. And that game's just got a little bit of a golden point feel about it, if I dare say. Going down to the wire there. Warriors. Bulldogs. which probably shouldn't be too much of a surprise. What a great day out it would be for New Zealand, right? As Malcolm has pointed out here. Malcolm has said, Warriors win, All Blacks win, perfect night. And that would be a perfect night, wouldn't it, for fans of New Zealand sport? The Warriors and the All Blacks both getting up. DJ Shaq has said, go New Zealand. So that's interesting. I guess even if you don't have a team in the fight, you still choose a side, don't you? So DJ Shaq jumping on board with the All Blacks. Thank you very much too, Wasted Water Sports. Another little talking point, I suppose, before this game kicks off. I'll jump over to the All-Star screen again. 3,000 subscribers. Cheers. 3,000 subscribers. Malcolm says doggies were big favourites, which they absolutely were. 100% they were. I tipped the Bulldogs. And they've gone for the droppy. It's off the upright from Burton. Now, remember last week, Bulldogs versus the Sharks, and it was a Matt Burton drop goal at the death that hit the upright and bounced through. I guess he used up all his luck because with 3 minutes left on the clock, Burton has struck the upright, and this week it bounces away. That's the nature of sport, isn't it, really? You think about it. If it was reversed, right, is what I'm trying to say here. If that was reversed, the Sharks probably go on and win last week. It's a game of millimeters, right? Burton last week hits the post and goes over. Burton this week hits the post and it deflects away. Warriors have the ball. So chat room, I'm very interested to know what you think of my multi here. But that's what makes it so fun, Malcolm. Malcolm has said it's why I stopped betting the unpredictability, but that's also what makes it so fun. I mean, State of Origin game number 2, right, when I had those 4 try scorers, it just adds this extra layer of excitement to an already exciting contest, or alternatively, it adds a layer of excitement where none exists. Such as, let's say, for argument's sake, no offense to the supporters of these two teams, but let's just say Tigers versus Titans. What an extremely difficult game to get up for, right? You see it on the schedule, you see it on the TV, and you just go, do I really want to? Do I really want to bother with this? So you chuck on a multi and it just adds some excitement to a pretty dire old contest. But yeah, State of Origin 2, when that 4-leg multi got up, that 4 anytime try scorers, that excitement, I mean, that's what it's all about. The unpredictability is obviously a big part of it. It goes hand in hand with it. Those are the chances that you take, but you can't pass up those moments when it works out. And just that feeling of, yes, the excitement. Speaking of excitement, we're getting closer to kickoff in this one. And as I said, all eyes on this man, Scott Robertson, the new All Blacks coach. Can he start with a win? I think he will. Now I've gone All Blacks -5.5. I've gone Sevu Reece anytime try. And for England, one thing will always remain about English rugby, no matter what era, no matter what incarnation of the team, they excel in forwards play. Look for, at any point during the game, look for an opportunity for England to plug it into the corner, set up that rolling maul. Jamie George, the captain, will throw it in, will secure the ball at the back of the rolling maul. He's Loves scoring tries, Jamie George. And I dare say he might get another one tonight. And so that's what I've loaded up on. All Blacks -5.5. Sevu Reece at the end of slick All Blacks backline movement. A Scott Robertson forte, right? Backline play. Look at what he was able to do with the Crusaders. England, it'll be one up front. Jamie George. Pretty good-looking three-leg multi, I think. But then every time I seem to think that, something happens. And everything goes south as Blake Wilson makes a break here for the Bulldogs. It is still locked at 12 points all, and that game, I can tell you, is about to go into Golden Point extra time. Bulldogs, Warriors, we're keeping an eye on that, and we will also keep an eye on the Tigers Storm game. We'll keep a cheeky eye on the Rugby League as we focus on the Rugby Union tonight. But at Golden Point inbound, unless the Warriors make a miraculous play, well, they're not even going to try. Curtis Capewell just takes the tackle. That is the end of regulation time. 12 points all, Bulldogs and Warriors. Back to this game, I suppose. All Blacks versus England. I think England... Now, I was talking about this last night, and whilst I'm sure, I am positive that England would have some indoor stadiums around Europe somewhere, there is surely probably a multitude of indoor stadiums. Dunedin is just built different, right? This cauldron, it's just built different. It just hits different. Can the English players withstand this environment? Time will tell. And it is England out onto the field. Golden Point about to get underway in the NRL. Bulldogs versus Warriors. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. Hey, Gamer Mel, I updated the All-Stars. I had to... Remember the All-Stars used to have that sort of 3D field that sort of pushed back into the screen, if I'm describing that correctly. Well, there were so many Wasted Water Sports All-Stars now, it just wasn't feasible. So I've had to go for a more, not as exciting, top-down, and I still can't fit you all on there. But anyway, Gamer Mel, I saw it's probably extremely difficult to see on the screen, and I appreciate the fact that it probably is, but I did the best I could with the space available. But I think you're in there for 9 months, Gamer Mel. 9 months as a Wasted Water Sports All-Star. So cheers for that. Ed Vogel, ahoy mate. I don't know why Razor didn't pick Will Jordan. Now, I was talking about this last night as well. And I don't know that I ever got an answer, because I probably forgot to look it up. Is Will Jordan injured? Yes, he is. Oh, that was, yeah, February, March, April. I've got to count on my fingers. What a doofus. March, April, May, June, July, August. So he's not back till next month, Ed. Will Jordan is injured and not back until next month. So, but yeah, I obviously didn't follow along all that intently with Super Rugby. So I had missed that news as well, Ed. I saw the teams announced, saw the teams drop, and I went, where is Will? But yeah, 6 months. He was ruled out in February, so he pretty much missed all of Super Rugby as well, basically. Ruled out for 6 months. Golden Point in the NRL. Warriors and the Bulldogs were locked at 12-all at the end of regulation time. And the game's gone to Golden Point. Golden Point is absolutely anybody's contest. Gone right down to the wire. Hoping for a close game, Ed Vogel. I think it will be. The bookies have got the All Blacks winning this quite comprehensively. I'm thinking not so much the other way. I'm thinking it will be closer than they're giving credit to this English team. I really do. So I only had the confidence to go All Blacks minus 5.5. Dan Jam, ahoy mate. Dan Jam, another Wasted Water Sports All-Star. Still there with his Wigan jersey, still rubbing salt into the wounds from the World Club Challenge. There he is in the coach's box, Scotty Robertson. Well, Malcolm, absolutely correct. I was talking about this in the pre-game chat. This man, Scott Razor Robertson, he is the man that is going to bring the All Blacks back to prominence. Rest assured. I love this man, and he is going to bring this team back to the machine that they used to be. I was never a fan of Ian Foster. I was not a fan of his appointment. I was not a fan of his reign as the All Blacks coach. I felt like the All Blacks under Ian Foster were just bereft of ideas. They never seemed to have a plan B. One thing about the great All Blacks teams of the past was they always had a plan B and a plan C, sometimes even a plan D. I just felt like with Fozzie in charge, if plan A wasn't working, that was essentially just it. They didn't have a plan B. But this is the man to turn things around. A new era is about to begin. As the All Blacks, the anthems are down. They're getting ready for the haka. I am excited. The first All Blacks international of the season. Ah, bring it on. Ed Vogel, you're not a fan of Scott Barrett's captaincy. Dude's a grub and has a history of red cards all over his face. It was an interesting appointment, for sure. Now, I'm looking down the team sheet, and I've got to say, if I were to pick the team, I'm probably leaning towards... Yeah, I would have to say, looking at the squad, I would be leaning towards Ardie Savea. Ardie Savea, he always leads from the front, right? He's an absolute machine, an absolute gun. Leading from the front. Captaincy material. Dan Jam says, should they have gone for Warren Gatland? Who's this? Sorry, Dan Jam? Another shot, a drop goal for the Warriors. It's missed. Golden Point continues. We could be set up. We could be looking at a tie. A 12 points all tie we could be looking at here. Bulldogs versus the Warriors. The Warriors were on the attack for pretty much the entirety of that Golden Point period, by the way. Nobody was able to ice a droppy. And the second period, sorry, I'm just laughing at TJ Perinara in the haka. A very intense individual. Joe Marler looks completely disinterested. Yes, indeed. So what were we talking about? Captaincy. Yeah, Scott Barrett was an interesting choice, but hey, look, I'm an All Blacks fan. I will be supporting Scott Barrett see how he goes. Very much like back in the day when Toddy Blackadder was the All Blacks captain for a spell there, and bloody Anton Oliver for a while as well. I wasn't a fan of them as captains, but obviously still supported the team. Match official from Georgia. Now this is interesting. Has there been a Georgian referee in such a high-profile match? That'd be a nice little bit of trivia for the chat room that I don't know the answer to, but I don't recall ever seeing it. A Georgian referee. Let's get this game underway. All Blacks versus England. Damien McKenzie has it lined up. The All Blacks will be kicking off. The countdown is on. Rugby International, first of the season. Let's go! A sold-out crowd in Dunedin as well, by the way. And with the first touch, Marcus Smith thumps it upfield for England. They have it on halfway, they being the All Blacks. Now they stretch it wide early. The pass right onto the chest. And out wide is Mark Talea. Stepping back in field, they still don't get beyond the halfway line, which is amazing. And England have driven in over the top and get an early turnover, and they stretch it wide themselves and spill the ball. Counter-attack here for the All Blacks. Through the hands. For now, is taken over the sideline. Frantic start to this match. Richard Trainer, ahoy mate. Let's just hope he is a good ref. Well, I've got to say, if he's been given the appointment, then World Rugby obviously has immense faith in him. So yes, let's see how he goes, right? Crazy fast pace to start this match. England have it from the back of the line out. They'll set up a clearance here. Oh, should the All Blacks have gone for Gatland instead of Foster? Oh, 100%. They should have gone for me instead of Ian Foster. Anyone. No, that's probably a little bit harsh there on Fozzie and putting me above him. But you know what I'm saying? I think anybody would have been a better choice. The kick in over the top of the English defence. It bounces over the sideline. And England will have the line-out throw just on their own side of halfway. We'll keep an eye, too, on Stephen Perifetachis. Would he have been selected if Will Jordan were available? Probably not. So let's see how he goes. He's got an opportunity to make a name for himself. Big time tonight. England secure the line-out ball. 2.5 minutes gone. The box kick, D-Max under it, and he's crunched as soon as he brings it in. Herenara looking for options, organising the troops. They want another ruck. Tana Umanga. Bring Tana in. I'm joking, of course. So I'm not sold on Tana as a coach. I mean, what a player. What a player he was. But of course, great players don't always make great coaches, right? And funnily enough, on the flip side of the coin, isn't it funny that across both codes, Rugby Union and Rugby League, there seems to be a tendency that, the Bulldogs have won! The Canterbury Bulldogs have won in Golden Point. as England come up with a spilt ball here. Alex Mitchell with the knock on. And this will be a scrum down to the All Blacks, the first scrum of the game. And Matt Burton has iced the drop goal for the Bulldogs, who have defeated the Warriors. It's off the upright again, Burton. Exactly like the Sharks last week. Matt Burton off the upright and bouncing through. And the Bulldogs win in Golden Point, 13 points to 12. Incredible. Four minutes gone. All Blacks, England. First scrum of the game. Perenara looks to feed, but no. The referee has found a penalty here for England. They'll take the 3, surely. It's right out in front. 40 metres out. This is a chance for England to take the early lead. Collapsing on this near side in the scrum, the All Blacks front row, Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor, and Tyrrell Lomax. Opportunity here for Marcus Smith. And this will be a great start, a dream start for England. Points on the board early, taking the lead. He should make it. The crowd boos as Smith moves in, strikes it. It's hooking left. It's hooking left. It's gone way left. Oh, that is some points left out there. And maybe that is the cauldron taking its toll. The crowd were ferocious in their chorus of boos. And Marcus Smith, usually so reliable with the boot, the youngster, hooks the ball horribly to the left. Mackenzie with the 22 restart. And England have to reset now from their own side of halfway. The All Blacks survive an early opportunity for England points. Now the ball is deflected from the kick through, and Ardie Savea has it. It spills out of the ruck somehow. Play on, says the referee. He didn't know what had happened, and England stretch it wide. Mitchell, dummies. Almost goes through. Counter ruck is good here from Cody Taylor. Play on. It's a little bit of a free-for-all at ruck time. Geordie Barrett onto Perifetta Cheese. Perifetta gets the arms free and offloads for Sevu Reece, who takes it into the ruck just shy of the halfway line. It's an absolute free-for-all at ruck time as this ball spills out the back, and it's locked on by England. Waboso was running away, but it was deflected. It was knocked down by the English defence. All right, so we were talking about the referee. And Richard Traynor did say, let's just hope he is a good ref. And I said, I believe, that World Rugby's obviously backing him to put him in such a high-profile position. I've got to say, it's been a bit of an interesting start. The rucks have been an absolute free-for-all. There seems to be no rules. So he's lost control of the game early, in my opinion. But anyway, not to be too critical. It's early days yet. 8 minutes gone. No score. Wow, let's see what happens in the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest. I'm trying to get myself a little bit of space back out in front. Scrum win again for the All Blacks. Mackenzie clears up over halfway and it bounces into touch. England, they'll have the throw into the line out. 5 metres, their own side of halfway. They've been solid at line out time, as you would expect. Set up in 2 distinct pods here. That is the worst throw into a line out that I think I've ever seen in my entire existence. I don't know what happened there from Jamie George, but that was a dead set shocker. It wasn't straight. It was knocked on. Either way you look at it, this is All Blacks ball. That went horribly wrong. There he is, Scotty Robertson up in the coach's box. Looking absolutely sublime, may I say. He's wearing an All Blacks suit. And what I mean by that is it's just a regular suit, but it's got the All Blacks logo on one of the chests. One of the chests? Pretty sure there's only one chest, but you know what I mean. Looking very pristine there, the new All Blacks coach. The last scrum, we saw an All Blacks collapse and an England penalty. This time, popping up on this near side is Ethan de Groot. But it's a massive, massive drive. And the All Blacks have absolutely folded England in half. So much so that Joe Marler is even patting his opposite on the back. And it's a penalty. The domination in that scrum reaps rewards. And this will be an opportunity for the All Blacks if they want it to have a shot of their own. They don't. Geordie Barrett's going to put this into the corner. They are not interested in the 3. And Geordie Barrett puts it into touch. The All Blacks will have an attacking line out. Big opportunity now for the home side. They go to the middle, uncontested. Rolling maul is set, but they release it early. And here goes Papali'i. 5 metres out, the ball spills forward. They've come up with a mistake. A knock on, and that's a huge let-off. Big let-off, that one. As we get prepared for another scrum. They bind. And set. Referee calls it up. A scrum reset. Waste to Water Sports tipping contest. Waiting for it to update. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's updated. Have I broken some space at the top? No! Oh, Rod Eels right on my heels still. I was hoping that a few people would have gone for the Warriors in that one. Bloody Rod still on my heels. Free kick here for England. Driving on the angle there, the All Blacks. And a chance to clear. It's just a short arm. So they won't get the throw into the line out, but they get to thump the ball out of here. 13 and a half gone. No score in this one. And in about 15 minutes' time, Storm and the Tigers in the NRL. So we'll actually get that scoreboard ready as the All Blacks clear the ball. Cody Taylor on the pick and go. Perinara releases it. De Groot into contact, sets up another ruck. Jordie Barrett goes. Penalty advantage here for the All Blacks. McKenzie fires a hooping pass across to Talea, knowing full well that he had a penalty advantage. The All Blacks just go through the phases here. Scott Barrett in midfield. Plants it back. Perinara to Ioane. Ioane beats one. The cutout pass now from McKenzie. Hits Sevu Reece. Puts the step on. Back in field. And well collected there, Sevu Reece. Slowly but surely inching forward here, the All Blacks. Talea beats the first up tackle. Gets the arms free. Offload back in field to Tuipulotu. Front foot ball now. Inside the 22. Perifeta Cheese takes it forward. Ioane is absolutely crunched. And that'll be a penalty for offsides. Play on, though, at this stage, says the referee. Under advantage. Perinara back to Tuipulotu. Almost goes through again. Scott Barrett in from the side there. Got away with that. McKenzie with the crossfield kick. Looking for Sevu Reece. And Sevu Reece will run away and score. Sevu Reece with the first try. And more importantly, the first tick on our three-leg multi. 5 points to 0, the kick to come. All Blacks take the lead. One leg down. Nice and early. Defunk, ahoy mate. Hey, chat room. What do we think of what do we think of the little, I mean, I know that it's very, very small, but what do we think of the game-in-game scoreboard there? When I'm covering the rugby, still having the NRL score there. I mean, honestly, I'll be 100% honest, it's really there for my own benefit, so that I can keep an eye on the score easily and do the stream at the same time. But I thought it was a nice little addition. At halftime, too, I'll show you something else that I've been working on behind the scenes. UFC, ahoy there, mate. I'll bet you are, my friend. I'll bet you are. Damien McKenzie from the sideline. It's on target. It just needs to hold its line. It doesn't. It curls away. And it remains 5 points to 0. Sevu Reece getting a tick off the multi nice and early. Great vision there from Damien McKenzie. Back underway. All Blacks have it. Well taken by Jordie Barrett. He releases and plays at it again. They'll set up another ruck here. Perinara just working towards the clearing kick. Told to use it. Perinara has it at the back. Takes a few steps. As he does. And that's a nice kick. Up towards halfway and actually beyond. A beautiful clearing kick there from TJ Perinara. I didn't see it defunct because I had started this stream. But yeah, right down to the wire. Golden point of victory for the Bulldogs. Another successful line-out throw. And England set up the rolling maul. Creeping towards halfway. It's now at the back for Mitchell. Mitchell with the box kick. Mackenzie's under it. Mackenzie puts the step on it. He's into a little bit of space that shuts down very quickly as Ben Earl is always going to win that battle. Ben Earl versus D-Mac. Perinara with the box kick. Clearance again. Marcus Smith is back and under it for England. Back to midfield. And now links up with a change of direction to his fullback Furbank. And England with quick ruck ball here. Into space. Mitchell, dummies. Goes straight through. Offloads back in field to Waboso. The ball is loose on the ground, but it's picked up by Baxter. They've got numbers to burn out to the left. England, they don't even look. Oh, they didn't even look out there. They had them absolutely skinned on the left. Now the kick through. Sets up. Mackenzie makes a play at it and grounds it in the end goal. England, they had a real opportunity there. They had so many numbers out to the left. That phase play before. And they couldn't get the ball out. .5 minutes gone. 5 points to nil it remains. Kanye, Ketchup, ahoy mate. A fantastic start to the multi. Jose Estrada, ahoy. Let's go England. As the All Blacks get us restarted with the goal line dropout. It is England ball. A quarter of the way gone through this contest already. Cunningham South sets up the ruck. Through the hands now out to the right. Lawrence puts the grubber kick through. Mackenzie's back and will just have no option but to get tackled over the sideline there, D-Mac. And here we go. Tell you what, the multi has got another real opportunity here because England will have the line out throw 5 meters out from the All Blacks line. Look for the rolling maul. Look for Jamie George to get himself involved here. His presence pending. George throws to the middle. England secure it. They don't set up a rolling maul, though. That was something a little bit different. George Martin on the wraparound play. And now the pick and go. That's got to be close. Is that a Toji? Maro Itoje has gone very close there. I am wondering, he's gone up as a try here, by the way. I am wondering, in all honesty, I was standing here calling it. Look for England to set the rolling maul. I wonder if the All Blacks had the exact idea as well. England taking everybody by surprise and releasing that pill immediately. And then Itoje. You're not going to stop him from that close, the big fella. Grounds it. And we are all locked up with the conversion to come. Itoje scores 5 points all with the kick to come. We could be in for an absolute ripping contest. And Dan Jam says, get in. Get in there. Smith puts it over, and it's 7 points to 5. England have taken the lead with 21 minutes 50 gone in this one. Mackenzie with the restart. England have it at the back, 22 meters out. Mitchell with the box kick. Not a lot of distance on it. This is tapped back by England. Now lost forward. And it'll be a scrum down for the All Blacks. Ed Vogel says, is Owen Farrell retired already? Well, Marcus Smith has been... I mean, I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. But Marcus Smith has been going great guns. Let's see. Owen Farrell, top news story is 4 days ago. Owen Farrell may return to international rugby in 2025, but not with England. Interesting. Owen Farrell has expressed his desire to play rugby for as long as possible and remains open to potentially returning to the England team ahead of the 2027 Rugby World Cup. Well, that first paragraph is in complete contradiction to the headline. Oh, the former captain will be ineligible for England for at least 2 years, following his summer move to French club Racing 92. Through the hands now, Sevu Reece is in space again for the All Blacks. They've won the scrum and spread it wide early. Cody Taylor inside the 22. Perenara to McKenzie. Somebody's lost their headgear in the middle of the field. Perenara goes on a little run. Perifeta Cheese breaks the first up tackle into space, draws in the fullback, offloads to Adi Sarvea, and it is raining tries here in Dunedin. Absolutely raining tries, and the All Blacks reclaim the lead immediately. 10 points to 7, the kick to come. Stephen Perifeta beating the defense, played it to perfection, drawing in the fullback. The pass straight onto the chest of Salvea. All Blacks back in front. Three tries already in this opening 25 minutes. Tigers Melbourne is underway. Well. Oh, nice. Defunk, you're a 15-minute walk away from the stadium. McKenzie with another shocker. We might have to revoke Damien McKenzie's kicking license here. 10 points to 7. It remains 2 missed conversions from McKenzie. Not easy ones, mind you, by any stretch of the imagination. Sevu Reece scored out wide for the first try. Adi Sarvea scored out wide for that one. There have been 2 kicks from out wide, but really they should be getting made as England have the ball from the restart. And they spread it wide immediately and put it to the boot. It sits up for Reece. And Reece now puts the kick in behind the English defence. Gets a good purchase on it. And it bounces over the sideline. What a kick from Sevu Reece. And as a matter of fact, it's from inside his own half. Well and truly, it's Rugby Union's version of the 40-20, and the All Blacks will have this line-out throw. It's a 50-22. All Blacks go to the middle, uncontested. Release it early. Geordie Barrett onto Ioane. Ruck is formed. Perenara. Nice quick pass onto the chest from Perenara, and for now sets up another one. McKenzie down the left-hand edge to Talea in a little bit of space. England slide across and shut it down. All Blacks on the attack though still. 15 out from the line. Lomax sets it up. Just to the left of the post now. Talea steps. Wrapped up by the English defence. 7 phases now. Ioane pops the ball up and it's intercepted by Henry Slade. England have it back. And they'll set up a clearing kick here. you would have to think. The Red Knight 47, ahoy mate. I am not watching the Tigers Storm game, no. But I do have the score right there in front of me. So I can follow along. It's 0-0 at the moment, that one, only just underway. Mitchell's got it at the back of the ruck. Puts up the box kick. Talea's there. Brings it back with a vengeance. Talea beats one, beats two, and he's brought down in front of the post here, about 30 out, roughly, from the try line. All Blacks spread it wide to the right. Ioane loses the ball forward. Cheeky little knock on. Brings that play to an end. Rico Ioane. This game has been played at a crazy pace. At least for the All Blacks, they've got Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett's sitting there on the bench, ready to come on at any moment if things don't really click for Damian McKenzie. In all honesty, though, how many chances does Damian McKenzie get? Dude's had a lot of opportunity in the black jersey. Wallabies versus Wales. Of course, I've already got the stream set up for that one, ready to go. And then, of course, Springboks versus Ireland. The battle of the top of the world rugby standings. South Africa versus Ireland. What a match that's going to be. Scrum down here. England with the feed. Mitchell beats it. It's a big push here from the All Blacks, but England hold firm. And Earl brings it out from the back. Big counter ruck here from the All Blacks. They've gone straight over the top, and Papali'i's got it for the All Blacks. Massive counter ruck there. England not committing numbers. McKenzie now pops it up for Perifetta, who breaks through the first tackle again. He has started well here, Perifetta Cheese. But now, plants it back for TJP. Now McKenzie to Geordie Barrett. Double pumps and creates some space out to the left for Papali'i. Quick phase play down this short side. Now Rico Ioane inside the 22. Atoji gets in over the top, but the All Blacks secure possession. Talea back to Salvea. Aggressive counter ruck there from England, and they win the penalty. England secure the penalty. A neck roll is the call. Stay hunky, ahoy mate. England bump this one into touch up towards the halfway line. And yep, a pretty clear neck roll there from TJ Perinara. Barely clear there on the replay. Jamie George with the line-out throw. To the middle again, and England secure it. The high ball, McKenzie goes up for it. McKenzie comes down with it. And the All Blacks Go back to Geordie Barrett from inside the 22. Clears it upfield, taken on the full by Smith at the back. England now. Counter attack. Burbank. Back to Smith. Smith out to the number 13 there, Henry Slade. Kicks it down to Perifetta. Fires it into Mackenzie in midfield. And Mackenzie will clear it up over halfway. Solid play, that one from DMAC. 32 minutes gone. It's the All Blacks up by 3. Not a lot of love for Damien McKenzie in the chat room, hey? South Africa and Ireland will be on 1 a.m. I think it is 1 a.m. my time. Nice and early in the AM, South Africa, Ireland. But I tell you what, it's going to be a match worth getting up for. And I will be getting up for it. England, another line-out throw here, just on their own side of halfway. Going to the middle again. A reliable option. Itoji. Box kick by Mitchell. Moving forward is Mackenzie, who does well again. Damien Mackenzie. And plants it back for Perinara. To Sarvea. Geordie Barrett's taken after the kick. And Marcus Smith from inside his own 22 has a long time to think about this one. And he returns it with interest. Perifetta almost beats the first tackle. Keeps his feet. Offloads to Sarvea. Who in turn offloads to Talea. Cutting back in field and setting up the ruck on halfway. Now Mackenzie pops it up for Scott Barrett. And Barrett goes through a huge hole. Now Mackenzie's got it back. Sets up another ruck. They're back inside England's half. Ioane. On to Tuipulotu. De Groot sets it up in midfield. 6 phases down. Staying on this near side. A little chip over the top from Geordie Barrett. Looking for the ball to land into space. It does. But it pops up at the back for Furbank and England have it. Probably not the right call there from Geordie. But, hey, at least they're trying something. Racing trackside. Ahoy there, mate. Go, boys. Not at this game, sadly. And a penalty here for England. Just short of the halfway line. This will be an opportunity for them to clear. And get themselves back into attacking range. Marcus Smith puts it down into All Black territory. 6 points to nil. The Tigers are leading the Melbourne Storm. Early days in that one. Early days. England back in possession now. Down the short side they go. Some interplay. The pass back inside is spilt and the All Blacks can counter. Geordie Barrett beats the first tackle. Lots of space here. Just looking for support. A little cheeky shoulder charge there from Ollie Lawrence. And England dive in over the top, but the All Blacks still have it. Perinara driven backwards. Ahoy there, Mel. Mel says, let's go ABs. Taylor, with no real option there, just sets up another ruck. Perinara with the box kick. It's up over halfway. Smith is under it. Smith runs off to the left. Links up with a nice little pass to Burbank. Well defended, though, from the All Blacks. 4 minutes remain in the first half, and they've got space down this near side, England. Waboso's wrapped up. A great tackle, and now the counter ruck is good. Geordie Barrett and Cody Taylor drive over the top, and it's another turnover, and numbers to the right. Artie Surveyor, forward pass back inside to McKenzie, and then it's intercepted by Tommy Freeman. The referee had called the forward pass. It was a mile forward. And it'll be a scrum down. McKenzie is not exactly setting the world alight here, it must be said. We've got Beauden Barrett sitting there on the interchange bench. I mean, no offense to Damien McKenzie, as Melbourne Storm have come up with a try around the grounds in the NRL. Melbourne have just come up with a try. They've hit back 6 points to 4 with the kick to come. Yeah, no offense to D-Mac. I don't want to stacks on. But unbelievable. You've got Beauden Barrett there. Honestly, that's probably my choice. %62% territory advantage to the All Blacks, only leading by 3. Those missed conversions could really come back to haunt. The England scrum holds firm. They now have a set-piece play, and Marcus Smith is wrapped up in midfield. 22 out from the line. Earl tries to burrow under the defence. Getting hands there, Scott Barrett. But England remain in possession. Inside the 22 now. Smith releases it out wide. It's loose. Racing up. Was that McKenzie? Racing up, trying to get to the loose ball. Left acres of space in behind. But we come back for a penalty. A penalty to the All Blacks. A very late call. England had possession, and this was a penalty to the All Blacks, so that is an extremely late decision. And Geordie Barrett will find touch up on the halfway line. That's a great clearing kick. Oh, hand on the neck. Okay. It was a penalty for a neck roll. It wasn't much of one, but that's what that's what the World Rugby's cracking down on at the moment. Line out throw here for the All Blacks. Not straight, but uncontested, so that's fine. McKenzie to Barrett. Geordie Barrett, that is, sorry, in midfield. Perinara fighting to get this ball free. There it is. And Cody Taylor will go into contact as we approach half-time. Just a few seconds left now. Perinara falls over. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, Perinara's busted. TJP is busted here. He's up. He's trying to walk it off. Yeah, seems like he's okay now. Or is he? Oh no, he's hobbling off. TJ Perenara is hobbling from the field. All Blacks, substitutes. Who have they got? Oh, I've just seen the replay. Oh, that's nasty. One of the English players, unintentional, by the way, completely unintentional, has fallen on TJ's knee whilst TJ was standing, and the human leg is not meant to bend that way. It is not meant to bend into that shape. And TJ's down in back play. The trainers are with him. We'll have to keep an eye on that. England will have a scrum feed here, I think, at the end of all that. No, New Zealand will have a scrum feed. The referee's called time off. Yeah, totally unfortunate there. It was actually a tackle from George Martin, a clearance from the ruck from George Martin on Scott Barrett, and it's Scott Barrett who's landed on TJ. Very unfortunate. It's just one of those things that can happen in a game. Tigers are leading the Melbourne Storm 10 points to 6. Can you believe it? Scrum down, All Blacks feed. They release it. Out to the right-hand side, Ioane steps back in field. Sevu Reece collects it at the back of the ruck. Bringing it back towards the middle. Sevu Reece looks like he's going into play scrum half until half-time. Now there's TJ. He's back up and running. Finau in midfield, right on the halfway line. Reece again with the quick ruck ball. Back to TJ. Back to Geordie Barrett. And Barrett is thumped down on the halfway line. Terrible service there. It's loose out the back to Cody Taylor. They've lost ground now, the All Blacks. Are they happy to just take it into halftime? No. Perifeta Cheese throws a huge cutout pass to Sevu Reece on the wing. They're losing ground. The All Blacks, they've lost about 10 metres now. Numbers out to the left as the English defence, the drop back. Talea tries to get the arms free. Does. Offloads to Cody Taylor, who pops it back for Geordie Barrett. Barrett plants it back for Talea. Still going, but losing metres again. Now they've gone back 12 metres, the All Blacks. They've gone backwards here as this English defence holds firm. Looks to win a turnover. It does. And this will be going into half-time all locked up. They've tried to play, the All Blacks. They've tried to play. They've gone backwards from the halfway line. They've gone back about 15 metres in about how many phases they went through. And they've given away a penalty, and this game will go locked up at halftime. This is a gift three-pointer for Marcus Smith. $10 points all at the halftime break. He hasn't kicked it yet, by the way, but I'm suggesting that he will. But then I said that about the first one too, didn't I? But I think he's got the nerves out of his system now, Marcus Smith. The nerves are gone. He's had that first miss. And he should eat this one up. 36 metres out, right in front, basically. And this will be all locked up at halftime. Smith puts it right down the middle. As I said, the nerves are gone. And this one is right down the middle. 10 points all at the halftime break. All Blacks versus England in the first test. 10 points apiece. Halftime, I will have a quick break myself here on the Wasted World of Sports for the halftime break. And we'll be back to dissect all of that, and we'll talk about what's happening in the NRL right at the moment as well. right after this. All right, half-time here, 10 points all square. I think that's pretty fair as well. Dan Jam says, I think that's about right. I think it's a pretty fair reflection of what's happened. The All Blacks and England both have had patches of dominance, but nobody's really broken the shackles and set this game alight. So, a halftime report card. Scotty Razor Robertson, his first game as coach of this new All Blacks era. I feel like a tough decision's going to have to be made on Damian McKenzie. So, I don't understand. I would have thought, in all honesty, that somebody the caliber of Scott Robertson probably comes into the team and shakes things up a little bit. Now, he has obviously brought in some new faces, but persisting with Damian McKenzie at fly half. Now, that was a Fozzie call, wasn't it? That was part of Ian Foster's All Blacks. And in my opinion, it was a big part of Ian Foster's All Blacks that just wasn't working. So I don't quite understand why Scott Robertson has decided to persist with Damian McKenzie as the All Blacks number 10. You've got Beauden Barrett there, and there's way better options as well. Old mate number 10 for the Blues in that Super Rugby final that we covered here on the Wasted Water Sports. I mean, that was an option, I would have thought. But McKenzie, I don't get it. Don't understand it. So, yeah, that might be something that we don't see all that much more of. Damian McKenzie is the All Blacks number 10, but we'll wait and see. Outside of that, I think Perifeta Cheese has been immaculate. He's been very solid at the back. There he is, Scotty Robertson laying down the law in the halftime sheds. 10 points all at the break. So Stephen Perifeta, I think, has been very solid. For England, nobody's really stood out for England, in my opinion. And that's not suggesting for 1 second that they haven't been playing well. It's just everybody has been doing their job. Everyone's been doing their job and nothing more, which is all you need to do. So, I mean, but trust me, I'm not saying it as a bad thing. The whole team is doing what they need to do at the moment, and they're getting the job done. 10 points all at the halftime break. Earlier, we saw a great game between the Bulldogs and the Warriors. Went to Golden Point. They were locked up at 12 points all at the end of regulation time. It goes to Golden Point. And in Golden Point, it took lots of misses before finally Matt Burton hits the upright and bounces the ball over as Ryan Pappenhausen in the NRL. Ryan Pappenhausen is back. And the Melbourne Storm are back. 12 points to 10. Kick to come. DJ Shaq says Viliami Kikau got away with the most blatant shoulder charge you will ever see. Is that right? I had the game on, but I wasn't watching it per se. I was getting everything ready for tonight. This blockbuster series of games in the rugby. All Blacks versus England, and then, of course, Wallabies versus Wales. And later this evening, much later this evening, Springboks versus Wales. International rugby is back, and I could not be happier. Now, I need to find a better provider for the text commentary. I'll have a look into that. I shall look into my options and try and find a better on-screen display there for the rugby. Because I think on the NRL side of things now, I think we're all set. I think we're perfect. It's all good. But the rugby, yeah, the rugby seems very hit or miss. In Golden Point, okay. Jan Gertenbach, come on, New Zealand. So, right, in Golden Point, Viliami Kikau hits Joey Lussick directly in the head at high speed with the shoulder. Not even a penalty. Well, I dare say, in those instances, obviously, I guess the match review committee will come into play for Viliami Kikau. Missed conversion by the looks of it. And it's 12 points to 10. The Tigers are leading the Melbourne Storm. The other big rugby league news, of course, there, as Defunk brings up, Latrell Mitchell is out of State of Origin number 3 with a foot injury. So, all eyes will be on Tommy Turbo today in the Cowboys versus Manly game. As a matter of fact, speaking of the Cowboys versus Manly game, I can tell you I've gone for a same-game multi of Jeremiah Nanai, Coca-Cola, and Tom Trebojevic, 2+ try scorers. So Jeremiah Nanai anytime, Coca-Cola anytime, Tom Trebojevic 2+ tries, as Melbourne Storm have broken away and stolen the lead back in the NRL. 14 points to 12, right under the sticks, and that should be a simple conversion there for the Melbourne Storm in the NRL. Speaking of same-game multis, this one here, we got off to a great start with the early try to Sevu Reece, and then I thought we were in with Jamie George and England. They had an attacking line out, 5 out from the All Blacks line. Instead of setting up the rolling maul, they fooled everybody, and I'm pretty sure the All Blacks were waiting for the rolling maul as well. Random South African supporter in the crowd, that's fabulous. A random Springboks jersey should be the Rugby Union version of Random Souths guy. Just Random Springboks guy. Reed Nichols, ahoy there, mate. So, 5 points to 0. The All Blacks jumped out to the lead early with that Sevu Reece try. But yeah, absolutely bamboozled everybody. I think the All Blacks themselves were set up, ready to defend a rolling maul. England released it quickly, and it was Maro Itoje with the pick and go, powering over the line. Not going to stop him that close. 7 points to 5. England took the lead, and then almost immediately a Perifetta break from a kick return, I'm pretty sure it was. A counter-attack from the kick return. Perifetta went straight through, drew in the fullback, passed it out to Adi Salvea, who scored the try in the corner. 10 points to 7 in favour of the All Blacks, and then the All Blacks give away that penalty, trying to play the game out of their own end of the field, which is always a mistake. I'm constantly saying that. I don't understand why teams try to play out of their own end. In fairness, though, I suppose they started on halfway. They lost 15 metres, which brought a penalty goal into the equation. And a penalty goal was well and truly brought into the equation. Right on the stroke of half-time there, England tying things up, 10 points all. Vobsy, ahoy, mate. Vobsy, one of our Wasted Water Sports All-Stars. A very, very stacked and loaded looking Wasted Water Sports All-Stars squad. I've got to say, I'm struggling to fit you all on the field. Second half, about to get underway. Referee blows his whistle. Jamie George is fabulous, man. I'm going to tell you, Vobsy, one of the greatest things about rugby union that I still think, like, rugby league's getting better with what I'm about to say, but rugby league went through a period where whether you were the fullback or whether you were a starting forward, they went through just sort of like a factory. I call it the factory period. every rugby league player was built the same, whether you were a forward or a back. They just all seemed to just come off this production line. The rugby league production line. All the players just looked the same. They were built the same. It's getting better. Like there's room for the little fellas again in rugby league. But one thing about rugby union, there's always been all different shapes and sizes, and Jamie George certainly falls into the equation of one of those rare builds that you wouldn't see on a rugby league field. $16 points to 12 around the grounds in the NRL. Melbourne Storm have reclaimed the lead from the West Tigers. Second half is underway. And the All Blacks will have the scrum feed. Finlay Christie is on for the injured TJ Perenara. Perenara succumbing to that knee injury right before the break. And Finlay Christie gets to run out. Vobsy says that Jamie George looks like someone you would see at the servo with no shoes on, grabbing a bag of ice and playing Cadbury chocolate. How oddly specific. $10 points all. The first rugby international between the All Blacks and England. Later tonight, Wallabies versus Wales. And then, of course, in the early hours of the morning, for me, Springboks versus Ireland in the battle of number 1 versus number 2 in the world. Solid scrum here from the All Blacks. England, though, hold firm for now. The All Blacks get a second shove on, but the penalty goes to England as New Zealand wheel the scrum illegally. And this will surely see England reclaim the lead in this match. Right out in front, Marcus Smith will step up. A great start to the second half for England. Oh, they told him to use it. The referee was screaming at him to use it. Hey, Vobsy, what do you reckon? Tommy Turbo into the State of Origin squad now? Or since Latrell Mitchell's out, injured, and is going to be missing game 3, do we bring Tommy Turbo straight in? No. Okay. Thank you. We forfeit. Marcus Smith hooks it off to the left, much like the first half. Remember how this match started in the first 40. England with the early penalty goal attempt, and it was hooked to the left by Marcus Smith. The second half penalty right out in front. Marcus Smith has hooked it off to the left. It remains 10 points all. Swalihi in. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? You know what, Vobsy? I'm not going to lie. I freaking love it. The Cauldron at Suncorp. I'm not going to lie. I like it. Imagine the uproar from the Queenslanders. Oh, it'd be fabulous. England have the ball back inside the All Blacks 22. They're in front of the posts, about 5 out. Burbank straightens, sets it up. Keeping the ball in midfield. Penalty to the All Blacks. They counter-ruck and secure the ball. Artie Savea over the top with hands on the pill. Penalty All Blacks. A relieving one at that. England caught not releasing. No, I'm on board, Vobsy. I am 100% on board. I love it. I'm just picturing all the media attention, all the articles and everything, the uproar from the Queenslanders would be immense. It could be just the thing required to throw them off. McKenzie with the clearing kick, up over halfway, taken on the full at the back by Waboso, who lines up some opportunities now, offloads to Slade. And England return it inside All Blacks territory, setting up another phase play. Down the short side, Mitchell tries to get the arms free. Well wrapped up by the All Blacks defence. Keeping the ball alive here. The pop pass from Smith hits the chest of Cunningham South, and they're inside the 22 now, England, with front foot ball and all the momentum. 6 phases. Cunningham South again, offloads back to Smith. Pops it up, and Underhill takes the tackle. 8 phases through. Smith puts the step on, beats Rico Ioane. Crash ball here for Tommy Freeman. Tommy Freeman's half a metre out. Itoji. Pick and drive. They're close here, England. This would be a huge moment in the game if they can get the first try of the second half. Just a metre short of the line. Another pick and go. Well defended from Artie Savia, who now tries to counter, but England still have it at the back. Smith pops it up to Earl. Earl is in front of the posts. Now, unmarked out on the left is Waboso. It's a try for England. Waboso scores, and England lead this 15 points to 10. They were setting up pick and drives right on the All Blacks try line. And then almost out of nowhere, they've released it, and there was no All Blacks defense. There was no All Blacks defender for about 10 meters. Great vision from Marcus Smith. And the pass was on point. Waboso scores. England were huge underdogs with the bookmakers, Vopsy. But as I said, I thought it was ridiculous odds. England are a lot better than the bookmakers gave credit for. Marcus Smith from out wide. A chance to give England a converted tries advantage. Half-time in the NRL. Melbourne Storm 16-12 over the Tigers. The West Tigers are putting on a fight. Smith pushes it out to the right. The conversion is no good. It's 15 points to 10. England in the lead. They are here to fight. Back underway. Oh, you'd be surprised, mate. Lots of expats. Same as Japan. Lots of expats. Hamish McKenzie, ahoy, mate. Kanye Ketchup, ahoy. Moronic Douchebaggery, ahoy. The chat room starting to fill up there. Some familiar faces. Well, familiar names. Finley Christie has it at the back for the All Blacks. Box kick. Marcus Smith moves forward, takes it. Sevu Reece has got hands on it. Looks for the turnover, and it's successful. All Blacks ball on the attack. Numbers out to the left. McKenzie fires it out to Talea. Talea's got space. Tries to fend off Waboso. Loses the ball over the touchline. And England will have their choice here, I think. A knock-on or a line-out. England's defence holds firm. And this is a shaky-looking start to the Scott Robertson era. We knew that England were going to come and play. The bookmakers obviously didn't. I said at the top of the stream that was absolute craziness how far outsiders England were. This game was going to be close, though. The bookmakers, just so that everybody can get their head around it, right? The bookmakers had the All Blacks line at 13 points. As you can see in my same game multi, I gave the All Blacks line 5.5. That's how far removed my mind was from the bookies. Throw into the line out here for the All Blacks. They lose it forward, and England come away with it. They are falling to pieces here bit by bit. The All Blacks under the pump. With 30 minutes remaining. Mitchell's got it at the back of the ruck. Box kick clearance. Not a lot of distance on it, although the touchy seems to think there was a lot more than I do. And I suppose he's in a much better position. Here we go. Beauden Barrett is being unleashed. Beauden Barrett, though, is coming onto the field for Stephen Perofeta-Cheese. I can't believe it. I could not believe it. Scott Robertson has lost his ever-loving mind. Beauden Barrett comes on for Damian McKenzie, surely. Perofeta has had an absolute goddamn blinder of a game. That's an incredible decision. Surely the call was to get rid of Damian McKenzie and put Barrett in at fly half. Perofeta has been immense out there today, and he's being subbed off in the 51-minute mark. I mean, Beauden Barrett's going to do the job as well, but surely we're watching the same game. Surely the call is to remove Damian McKenzie. Yes, Fobsy, it's a new era for Wallabies rugby as well. There is McKenzie with a stupid little chip kick straight into the hands of England. I just can't understand it. Perofeta has probably been a standout performer for the All Blacks in that first half. And he gets subbed off while Damian McKenzie's still out there stinking up the joint. Penalty now to the All Blacks. England guilty of diving in over the top of the ruck. And they'll take the 3 here, you would think. Because they need some points, the All Blacks. They need some points. They need to just wrestle back some momentum. And they do indeed point to posts. An opportunity here to make it 15 points to 13. "45 meters on the angle here. Damian McKenzie. Hasn't kicked a goal yet tonight. It'd be a great time to put your first one over. That's all I'm going to say. McKenzie moves in, strikes it well. It's on target. It's right down the middle. And it's 15 points to 13. England still in the lead. Yeah, I've actually gone Wales tonight, Vomsy. Wales are huge outsiders with the bookmakers. It is juicy looking odds. I think. Let's see. Let's see if things have been updated. Wallabies, Wales are paying $5.60. That is tasty. I'm taking it. What are they paying on the line? Actually, what's the line? Wales at 11.5 start, paying $1.87. Nah, I'm going for the straight win. I'm going Wales on the straight win. Up to halfway. If Wallabies win, it's all because Marky Mark is a future Rooster. Geez, I don't know if I would be too vocal about crediting a Wallabies win to a player that wasn't picked. It's not necessarily a good, like, oh, the Wallabies have won because this guy's pissed off to rugby league. All Blacks have it back anyway. Back to this contest. Mackenzie in midfield. Crunched in the tackle. The All Blacks secure a penalty, though. Diving over the top there, Lawrence. Oh, he's busted open. Damien Mackenzie. He's bleeding from the nose. 56.5 minutes gone. 15 points to 13. England with the lead. Big contact there in midfield. The multi's gone a little bit stale. 56 minutes gone. What's the money for Wales 13 plus? Asks Defunk. As the All Blacks go to the front and it's stolen by England. Domination continues at line-out time for England. Let's see. Wales. Wales 13 plus. Well, there's not a 13 plus, but Wales 15 plus is paying $41. Let's see if there's an alternate market for match totals. No. Winning margins are what I want. Yeah, there's no alternate market for winning margin. But there, yeah, 15 plus is what they're giving Wales, $41. Let's do it. Honestly, let's do it. I very much doubt that will pay out, but let's do it. I've got a bonus bet that I need to use on something this weekend, so I may as well use it on that. All right. I've done it. Wales 15 plus. I had a bonus bet sitting there that I needed to use. Let's use it. Wales 15 plus for the next game. Wales to win by 15 plus at $41 odds. That is insanity. But anyway, that's the next game. This one is still going, of course, in England. Have been dominant at line-out time, and they have another line-out throw here in the All Blacks half. Jamie George is off by the way. So there goes my multi. My same game multi shot to pieces. So I need the All Blacks now to win by 6 points or more to get my money back. Numbers out to the right here for England. Getting all tangled up, though. Burbank could not get the ball out. They had numbers out to the right. And they get all twisted and tangled up with each other there, the English attack. And it's a penalty to the All Blacks. It was either an obstruction or that lead runner taking out one of the All Blacks defenders, which would probably also fall under the classification of an obstruction. All right, that Wales versus Wallabies game has just been given a whole new spark with that cheeky little bet that we've just put on. Taylor goes to the front. The referee was not ready for it. The All Blacks have the line-out throw on the halfway line. 20 minutes remain. This first Rugby International for the All Blacks of the year. The first of the Scott Robertson era. It's been hard, grinding affair. They've looked a little clueless at times. A very, very shaky start. Talea does well. He's performed well, Mark Talea. Perifetta performed well as well, so I can't believe he got substituted. Mackenzie now cuts the ball out to Artie Savea. On to Bowden Barrett. Out to Geordie. Back in field to Scott. It's Barrett's galore at the moment. Mackenzie in midfield. Over it goes to Vaea. The All Blacks chasers slightly offside here, I think. The kick down to Marcus Smith, who takes it, holds the pass up and almost puts Furbank into space. England have it. 20 minutes to go. England inside their own half. Controlling the ball. Counter ruck here from the All Blacks. Barrett trying to drive over the top. Illegally, says the referee. Cody Taylor there started well, just got himself in from the side, and that's an absolute gift. England get the penalty. Oh, Scott Robertson, it's a little bit of a different experience up there, isn't it, mate? He looks very unsettled up there in the coach's box. I think he's been on his feet for pretty much the entirety of the match. It'd be a bit like me, I suppose. I like to stand. I'm constantly standing. I stand up all day for work. I stand up all the time for streaming. I'm pretty sure if I were a rugby coach, I would be standing up in the coach's box the whole game as well. England secure the line-out ball. Counter ruck is good here for the All Blacks. They get in over the top. England still have it, though. It falls back on their side. Setting up a droppy here. Marcus Smith is in the pocket. Running out of space. Puts the kick in over the top, and Mackenzie moves forward to take it. Fires the ball out the back of the hands to Geordie, and Geordie Barrett clears up towards halfway. Gets a good bounce. A great bounce. And over the sideline it goes. Well and truly into England territory. That's a great clearance from Geordie Barrett. $15 points to 13. England in the lead. The throw from Theo Dan into the middle of the line out again. Hits its target. England are loving the middle of the line out. They've been very, very solid all match. Now the ball is broken free, just shy of the halfway line. Spencer on for Alex Mitchell, looking for the box kick. Taleo tries to charge. They get it away. Mackenzie moves forward and takes it well. Sets up the ruck. Christie out to Tuangafasi. Now Christie again. Quick ruck ball. Bowden Barrett keeps it flat and low. Looking for a good bounce. It does bounce well. In behind the English defence. And Furbank is forced into a rushed clearance. Not a lot of meters made there. And this will be a line-out throw for the All Blacks just outside England's 22. And an opportunity to attack. Not a lot of distance at all on that one. Scotty Robertson likes it. All Blacks go to the back. They win the ball. It's tapped down for Christie, and they set up a ruck in midfield. Christie again, quick ball. A penalty advantage. England caught offside. That's just what they needed, the All Blacks. Scott Barrett pops it up to Surveyor. More quick ruck ball in midfield. Change of direction here for Mackenzie, who spills it, and we come back for the penalty. And the shot at 3 points, which will take the lead. If successful, it's a pretty easy kick. And this should be the lead for the All Blacks. "64 minutes gone. "34 meters out on the slight angle. Mackenzie, it should be a simple kick, but this is a pressure situation. He puts it through. The touchies had to think about it, but the flags go up, and the All Blacks, 65 minutes gone, are back in the lead by 1. 16 points to 15. England with the restart. Contestable, but the All Blacks come down with it. Talea has it. Number 18 is on there, Fletcher Newell. Now Christie has it at the back. Box kick. Clearing up over the halfway line. England get up and take the ball, but crunched in the tackle is Furbank. Rocked backwards. England still have it. Big defense again from the All Blacks. Driving in. England losing ground. Itoji leaves the ball. Artie Surveyor goes for it. But England still have it at the back. Spencer looks for the box kick. Scott Barrett dives and tries to charge down, but they get the kick away. And Bowden Barrett puts the step on. Bowden Barrett gets the arms free. The All Blacks look to counter. Back to Mackenzie for the kick. Straight down the gullet of the English player at the back there. I'm not sure who it is. I'm sorry, I didn't see. But the kick is back down to Geordie Barrett. To Bowden. Bowden puts the kick in. Taken again at the back. That's the number 23 there. Ollie Slightholme. Puts a nice kick in behind the All Blacks here, and Bowden Barrett A rushed clearance into the touch. Advantage England here. England win the little game of foursome backs. 67 minutes gone, and they'll be in great field position here. Are we thinking drop goal? Will drop goals come into the equation? Marcus Smith. Could he slot one? They go to Itoje in the middle again. They've got numbers in the rolling maul here. New Zealand, the All Blacks, they've not committed just yet. England looking for some go forward. Sideways at the moment at Crabs, and now collapses. And the All Blacks have stolen it. The All Blacks have got in and pilfered. And this will be a scrum down. The ball doesn't come out. And it'll be a scrum down as that maul collapses. And pats on the back there for Captain Scott Barrett, who has got in there and denied England the opportunity to release from that rolling maul. Moronic Douchebaggery says this All Blacks team is wobbly as. It has been a really, really shaky start, hasn't it, to this new era. Now, the All Blacks are traditionally slow starters, right? I can't remember the last time. We probably have to go back, in all honesty, and I'm sure that if I'm horribly wrong about this, then somebody in the chat room will pop up pretty quickly to correct me. But I think we have to go back as far as the Richie McCaw and Dan Carter era of the All Blacks to think about a time where they just came out from test number 1 and just put on a 10 out of 10 stellar performance. New coach, lots of new players in the squad. You probably expect it to be a little bit shaky, but I don't know. I honestly thought they would do better. I knew that it would be close. Remember the chats, if you were here for the pre-game, I said that England being given next to no chance by the bookies was just ridiculous. 13 points was the initial line given by the bookmakers. Crazy. I knew it would be close. But, yeah, they've been somewhat disappointing, I would say, as the All Black scrum collapses and the referee calls for a reset. Approaching the last 10 minutes of the game, 16 points to 15. No tries in the second half for the All Blacks. 2 penalty goals. That's all they've produced. And they haven't even been in range in this second half. England have largely dominated possession and territory. Big scrum here from the All Blacks. They drive straight over the top of England, who are backpedaling at a rate of knots. Penalty advantage. The ball is out to Talea. It pops up kindly for him, but nothing doing there for the All Blacks. We will come all the way back across the other side of the field where the scrum was. Penalty to the All Blacks. 9 minutes remain. 1 point the difference. Tense. What a crazy start for Scott Robertson. This is an eye-opening experience, I would hope. When will? I thought it was an Ian Foster thing, I really did, but when will this Damien McKenzie All Blacks fly half experiment end? When does it end? The penalty finds touch, 10 metres inside England territory. Big line-out throw, this one. from Asafo Amua. Free kick to England. Oh no, they've ballsed it up here. The All Blacks. England have been dominating territory and possession here in this second 40. Slide home with the short arm, puts it high. Christie loses it forward into Geordie Barrett. Play on though, says the referee. I feel like they might have missed one there, the officials. England counter ruck. All Blacks pile in, making sure they retain possession. 72 minutes gone. Christie's got it to the back of the ruck. Box kick, high. Contestable, just inside England territory. Lost forward by England into the hands of, who's that there? He's a big unit, whoever it is. I think that's Tuanga Fasi, who's come down with it. And the All Blacks have it. Back to McKenzie, puts the kick in over the top. Going back and then spilling the ball backwards is Tommy Freeman. Forced into a rushed kick, which doesn't find touch. McKenzie passes it across to Bowden Barrett, who chips in over the top, plays for the penalty. The referee doesn't fall for it, and England have it back. Loose at the back of the ruck, though. It's getting scrappy. England starting to drop the ball. Luckily for them, it's going backwards. But it will be hard to mount an attack in this last 7 minutes if they can't hold on to the ball. Spencer with the box kick. McKenzie's under it. Takes it. Brings it back towards halfway. Good ruck ball there for Christie. Tuanga Fasi in midfield. The crowd boos, appealing for something. Christie now out to Vaiea. 6.5 minutes to go. Finley Christie with the box kick. Great chase here from Sevu Reece, who lines up Furbank and folds him in half. The All Blacks look to counter ruck, but England have it on their own 22. That was a huge hit from Sevu Reece and a fantastic kick chase. The pressure is on. 1 point the difference. Spencer's got it at the back again. Inside his own 22. Box kick. Not looking for touch. Geordie Barrett's under it. Gets the offload away. Play. Takes it over the halfway line. All Blacks have it. The ball in midfield. 6 minutes to go. Tuanga Fasi out the back to McKenzie on the wraparound. Passes out to Geordie Barrett. No meters to be made there. Newell. Still just over halfway. Amua. Pick and go. All Blacks still in possession, but not really going anywhere. Christie with the box kick. It'll be inside the 22. Look for a mark here. Mark is called. And England have it. Another great kick chase from Sevu Reece in amongst all that. Five minutes remain. Burbank calls the mark. Clears it up just shy of the halfway line. Great work from Sevu Reece. All Blacks line out throw. Amua. Four minutes remain. Can the All Blacks hold on for 4 more minutes? The throw to the back of the line out. They win the ball. Set up a rolling maul. There'll be nothing fancy now from the All Blacks, I don't think. They'll just be playing for the win. Keeping the ball down this end of the field as the ball is slapped out of the hands of Finley Christie. Play on as Reece now gets away from the first tackle. Scott Barrett charges forward, sets up quick ruck ball. I don't recall the All Blacks having any attack inside England's 22. They've just struggled for territory. The English defence has been rock solid and probably, in all honesty, probably deserved to be winning this match. I mean, let's be honest. Penalty advantage as McKenzie puts the crossfield kick for Talea, who takes it, pops it back in field for Beauden Barrett. Barrett kicks, will come back for the penalty, and an opportunity now for 3 more points and extend this lead, and this will give them a little bit of a buffer with only a couple of minutes remaining. That's a big penalty. That is crucial. An absolute no-brainer here. They will take the shot at 3. Two minutes to go. Damian McKenzie. Now this is pressure. It's not going to win them the game, but it will put them out of drop goal or penalty goal range. McKenzie takes too long. Damian McKenzie has taken too long. The shot clock has run down, and England will get the ball back. Damian McKenzie, this was your time. As I said, it wasn't going to win them the game, but it was going to push them clear of a drop goal threat or a penalty threat. And Damian McKenzie has let the shot clock run down. The referee blows the whistle, and England will have the ball. Welcome to the world of international coaching, Scott Robertson. It's a whole different beast. But anyway, England, they've got to win the ball here from this scrum. Inside the last minute. Big drive here from the All Blacks, putting pressure on. It wheels. But England managed to release Spencer. Now Finlay Christie's in over the top. Challenging the ball. Penalty to England. Oh, I've got to say, this referee has absolutely lost the plot. Finlay Christie was in over the top of that ball, and somehow it's ended up a penalty to England. It's got a sense of fate about this one, in a way. First of all, he completely ignored the scrum wheel, and then Finlay Christie can't believe it. He's in over the top of that one. The full-time siren has sounded. England will have the throw into the line out. 10 meters out. 10 meters just the All Blacks side of halfway. And they can now set up a drop goal. They can play for a penalty advantage. The pressure is all on the All Blacks now to hold on. This 1 point lead. In midfield, All Blacks not committing numbers to the ruck. They are going to let England play this. Driving over the top and winning the penalty. That's the game. The All Blacks dig deep and survive an almighty scare here from England. Dalton Papali'i. Over the top, I'm pretty sure it was. McKenzie puts it into touch. And the All Blacks have held on to win here, 16 points to 15. What a match. Honestly, though, England probably deserved it. And that's what I was saying at the end there. It sort of had a sense of fate about it. England, I think, for large parts of that match, were the dominant side. The All Blacks could not get any go forward. They couldn't get any roll on. I don't recall the All Blacks having a single attacking phase in that second half inside the English 22. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it happening in that second half. They didn't score any tries, of course. Unbelievable. A successful first stint for Scott Robertson. A successful first coaching gig, but only just. A wobbly old start, to say the least. Now, I can't believe that Perifetta Cheese was taken off. Perifetta at the back was immense. One of the All Blacks' best. Consistently beat the first tackle. Set up a try for Adi Sarvea, and then he gets subbed at the 51-minute mark, which felt premeditated. It was one of those planned substitutions. You get that feeling, like they had it written down before the game that Perifetta was going to get subbed at the 50-minute mark, and so they just did, despite the fact that he was lighting up Dunedin. Damien McKenzie, on the other hand, could he have sucked any worse? And he plays the whole match. Beauden Barrett comes on as substitute for Perifetta, and Damien McKenzie stays out there for the whole game. Almost cost the All Blacks the game at the end as well. Missed 2 conversions. Damien McKenzie, I've been saying it now for years, and I can't believe that I've actually had to say it for years. Does nobody see that Damien McKenzie is not an international number 10? Super Rugby, you can get away with it. Fine. Let him run riot at Super Rugby level. I don't care. I'm sorry, but he is not an international standard number 10. Not an All Blacks international standard number 10, at least. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I thought it was just an Ian Foster thing. And then I see the team announced by Scott Robertson for his first squad, and then Damien McKenzie at number 10. I couldn't believe it. And then it just, yeah, as I said, replacing Perifetta. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Perifetta was a standout for the All Blacks, and it was no coincidence that as soon as Perifetta left the field, from the 50th minute mark onwards, the All Blacks just looked completely dead on attack. They didn't... That whole second half, basically, that last 30 minutes of the game, the All Blacks didn't even look likely, not once, since Perifetta went off. But anyway, look, it's easy. It's obviously easy to stand here in the comfort of my studio and say these things. It'd be very, very different if I were actually up there in the coach's box, right? So, look, a win's a win, and I'm sure that Scott Robertson will take it just as much as we all will. What a performance from England, though. 16 points to 15, defying the bookmakers, who were completely insolent in their 13-point line. What? Blackout? A blackout at the stadium. Anyway, chat room, what do we think? How are we feeling about that one? Dan Jam says, I suppose it's a positive that the All Blacks' problems are so obvious. Well, that's the thing, Dan Jam. Are they? Are they so obvious? Because I feel like I'm the only one saying it. Well, that's not true. But you know what I mean? When I say I feel like I'm the only one saying it, I mean, I can't believe that this is now the second coaching group, right? This is the second coaching group that, for whatever reason, can't see it. It's like me talking about the Sharks, isn't it? And I can't understand how Fitzy just doesn't see what we all seem to see. It drives you crazy. Sports! It drives you absolutely mental. Unbelievable. Moronic douchebaggery says Fiji could beat us. I think that's a slight exaggeration. But I feel the pain. Dear God. Wasted Water Sports All-Stars squad. Thank you so much there for all the Wasted Water Sports All-Stars. Moronic douchebaggery says, agree with you, Dan. He's not up to it. Too erratic. And the other thing too, DJ Shack, that I also brought up about Perifetta, would he have been selected at all if Will Jordan were available? And that's what I was talking about in the pregame. If Will Jordan's available, surely he's a walk-up starter, right? A walk-up starter where? At fullback or the wing? Where do you fit him in? Perifetta, though, had a chance, basically, to make a statement and make a name for himself. And I feel like he did that tonight in the 50 minutes he had available. I feel like he well and truly did that. Dan Jam says, if you said that score at the start of the game, I'd have been okay with it, but I just feel so disappointed. England were on top. You could feel it. You could just sense it. England were on top in that one. The game was there for the take. Jesus. The game was there for the taking. Oh, that was intense. Intense. All right. Hey, let's see. Let's see if I've got this active. I'll show you what I've been working on. So I've been starting to set this up behind the scenes. I'm curious to know what you all think about it. Let's see if I can bring it up here. So I've been working on this behind the scenes. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still mucking about with the settings. As you can see, oh, look at that, there's two of me. Yeah, so I'm still playing around with the settings. As you can see, I've still got to set it all up so that all the shades of green are detected and removed. But yeah, that's I'm slowly but surely working towards a brand new setup. And finally making use of my actual built-in. I've got these nicely painted green walls, and I've never actually used them. So I'm slowly but surely getting there. I'm working towards that for future streams. As you can see, I've got to tweak the settings a little bit. But yeah, how's that? A little behind the scenes look at what I'm working towards here on the studio. Take the stream layout to the next level. Pretty cool, I think. 16 points to 15. The Scott Robertson era has started with a win only just. What a fight it was, though. England, as I said, probably deserved to win. Crazy, crazy close contest. All right, I've got to get ready for the next stream. Wasted Water Sports. Coming up next is the Wallabies versus Wales as the international rugby continues. A new era for Wallabies rugby as well. Wallabies with a new coach, lots of new faces. I've gone for Wales to win. And I've gone for Wales to win big. But we'll see. Oh, God. Hang on. Sneeze. No, I'm all good. Okay, Wasted Water Sports. All Blacks just get the job done. We'll be back in about... Hang on. What time do I have it set for? I think it's about half hour. I think we're back in about half an hour. 7:40. Yeah, so 33 minutes. We'll be back. Wallabies versus Wales. Thank you so much for your company in this one. Very much appreciate it, as always. And I'll catch you next time. Until then, cheers.